Well, my name's Stokes. I'm Bupa's Global Director of Dementia Care, and I'm also visiting Professor of Person-Centred Dementia Studies at the University of Bradford in the UK. And my particular interest is often referred to as person-centred dementia care. And that has its origins going back over 25 years. It basically says we're concerned less with the pathology that causes dementia and far more interested in the person who's living with dementia. And we talk about putting the person first, putting the emphasis on the person, not dementia, valuing people. Now that goes back over 25 years. Unfortunately today, I think what's happening is that we have a very shallow idea of what it means to work with a person. We seem to think if we know something about their marital status and occupation and hobbies, that's a knowledge of a person. And regretfully, I have to say that many organisations use it as a really nice marketing strapline. You know, it's all person-centred, when in fact you think, no, it's not. So I think what we've got to do is we've got to reflect and actually say, are we doing as well as we think we are? And for me, to work person-centred means three things. It means really knowing somebody, and that's going way beyond hobbies, interests, marital status. It's about knowing about people's likes, dislikes, fears, insecurities, passions, superstitions, weaknesses. Really get under the skin and know that person, which isn't easy, because one of the tragedies of dementia is it takes away the capacity to communicate. The second thing is to say to ourselves we share more in common with people with dementia than what separates us. We all have need for security, affection, belonging, to be pain-free, to be occupied. And so meaningfully we have to contribute to those fundamental human needs. And then I think critically we have to walk in their shoes. That's the third aspect. Try to look through their eyes to understand what dementia is about. Too often I come across people who give me the impression that deep down they think a person with dementia knows they have dementia. And so I'll accept and understand everything that goes on around them, when we know that the more demented you become, the less aware you are that you have dementia. And so it's actually trying to sense what it must be like to entering a world that is full of mystery, not knowing, insecurity, never again having an answer to a question, never knowing where you are, how you got there, who these people are, maybe most frightening of all, what's going to happen next. So collapsing those three themes, knowing the individual, accepting we share more in common than what separates us, and looking at the world through their eyes, that moves you a million miles away from just a few hobbies and that's person-centred. But that's about people in care. And most people with dementia don't live in care. Most people with dementia are living in the beginnings, and so the question is, well, what does that mean when we say we work person-centred? And for me, it's just one word, it's person, full stop. We talk about people, the person, and once you talk about people, it's about the rights of all people. There's no difference. So do we actually respect the human rights of people with dementia? Do we enable them to participate in the process of choosing what they wish to have happen after a diagnosis? Do they have control over their lives? Are they empowered? And that's, for me, the rights-based approach to dementia that we're just starting to see having some momentum behind it. And so I think what we tend to do is divide person-centred care into two aspects. One, what applies to those people who are living in care homes, receiving care in their own home, and it's about shaping that care in a very personalised way around the individual. But I think critically, it has to be fundamentally addressing the human rights of all people across the whole spectrum of the journey. Are we truly treating them as equal citizens? And I think we talk about people living with dementia, but there are also those who are caring for those who are living with dementia. So it's all people who are affected. Do we see them as equal citizens with rights, and are they respected in that way?